I moved to al-Madinah al-Munawwara just over 2 years ago, so September 2021. We're now October 2023, alhamdulillah. After a long and painful process of, as in I only applied once to the Islamic University of Medina to Munawwara, but that was, so in 2021, before 2021, it would have been 8 years prior or 7 years prior to that. And then, long story short, maybe I'll make a video explaining the crazy shenanigans that I went through, my family went through, but I finally got accepted after 7 years, alhamdulillah. And one thing that I learned, which is very interesting, when it comes to al-Masjid An-Nabawi and how the lessons or how the durus, how the halaqat, how they operate in al-Masjid An-Nabawi compared to the UK or probably any other place in the world. And it is that when it comes to the mashayikh or the qurra, so I'm more in the field of qurra, of the Quran, so I will explain my thoughts on that. Is that the currency in Masjid An-Nabawi, or with the top teachers, the currency is not money. So it's not GBP, SAR. So GBP, the pound sterling, SAR, Saudi Riyal, USD, whatever it is, INR, Indian rupee, whatever it is, the currency is not monetary. It's not monetary. The currency is, quite amazingly, time. You're fighting for your teacher's time. So alhamdulillah, I had the opportunity to recite up until the end of Surah Al-Baqarah with Sheikh Bashir, Qari Bashir, who is originally Pakistani, and he's been teaching in the Haram for, I think, over 40 years. So alhamdulillah, I had the opportunity to read him, and from him, so I'll speak about Sheikh Abdullah Al-Jarullah, who's also a heavyweight, or he's the heavyweight in the field of Quran in this day and age. But I'll speak about, I learned this reality when I started, or when I attempted to recite to Sheikh Bashir, or Qari Bashir, who's also very popular and very famous. He's the teacher of many Imams of the Haramain, including Sheikh Abdul Muhsin Al-Qasim and Sheikh Ali Jabir, rahimahullah, and hafidhahullah. So what I'm trying to say is, you don't pay the teacher money. So in the UK, for example, you have an agreement. You pay, the hourly rate of the teacher, and the teacher, it's like a job, like the teacher. I'm not saying the teachers are doing it for the money. I'm not talking about that. But I'm just saying that, the contract is that you give money, the teacher will be there from 5 to 6 p.m., for example, or 5 to 7, or I don't know, after Fajr for 1 hour. You pay the money, and the teacher is there, the teacher listens to you during that time, and that's the end of the matter. But with the popular teachers, it's slightly different, in the sense that they're too in demand. They have too much demand. Everyone's trying to read to them. So then it becomes a matter of you can't just pay them money. So a funny story, but I didn't know this kind of stuff. So Sheikh Abdullah Al-Jarullah, he's already, he's a medical doctor, he's head of the family medicine department and the rest of it. But I didn't know this. I sort of, I was getting paid a decent hourly rate. So in my head, I'm thinking, I'd rather just pay, like if I'm getting paid from here, then I can pay to my teacher and read to him. So I actually told him, I said, look, I'll pay you for your time. And it's ridiculous, because it's quite embarrassing now, in the sense that, he didn't make me feel embarrassed or anything, but he explained to me, he said, it's not about the money. We don't do anything for money. And advise you not to do anything for the money as well. Sheikh Al-Jarullah, he's saying this to me. And he's saying that, he doesn't have time. And then you start to understand the dynamics. So even with Sheikh Bashir, I used to read 1 or 2 pages to him, and that's the next student. So they're only there a very short period of time, Maghrib to Isha. And same with Sheikh Abdullah, he's only there Maghrib to Isha most of the time, sometimes he's there after Fajr. But there's like 20 students there, they're all trying to read to him. So no word of a lie, I used to read, now alhamdulillah, I've moved up the ranks, if you want to call it that. But I used to literally read one ayah, and if that. So at the start, I had to wait 4 or 5 months just sitting there and listening and reading to his student. So that's what I'm trying to say. The currency is time. You're fighting for your teacher's time. Like there's many students, they're trying to read to other mashayikh, Sheikh Tamim al-Zu'bi and Sheikh Ibrahim al-Akhdar and the rest of it, all these, Sheikh Ali al-Hudayfi. But it's not like, you can't just go there and give them money and you start reading to them and they're going to be there for you because you're paying them money. For them, they're too busy, they're too much in demand. So you need to prove your worth. You need to prove your worth, and then you get the opportunity. As I mentioned, for 5 to 6 months, I used to just sit there and listen, and then occasionally read to a student, and then through that they see how serious you are. Because if it comes down to money, then the rich students can get the ilm, but ilm doesn't work like that. It's not about money. It's not about you just pay your teacher and that's it. They get you get their time. Ilm is passed generation to generation, and is passed to the serious students. So another point that we can take from here is, if you want to reach high levels when it comes to ilm, you have to be willing to make sacrifices, and you have to show your worth to your teacher. It's not about just turning up, giving them some money, and that's the end of the matter, and we're getting the time. No, you need to prove yourself. A lot of the times you'll be put down, you'll be belittled, you'd feel bad, like so many times, wallahi, so many times it happened to me, where there's like 6 students sitting around Sheikh Abdullah, and he listens to all 5 of them except for me, and then he gets up and everyone gets up and we go home. I used to feel very demotivated. I used to ring my wife straight away, and I used to moan and complain, which I shouldn't have done really, because it's all part of the process, but it's all part of the toughening process. So I think it's important to share that the currency with the true mashayikh, or astaghfirullah, not the true mashayikh. It doesn't mean if your teacher takes money or payment, that's not an issue. That's a different thing. But I'm just saying that in Masjid An-Nabawi, with the high level qurra, it comes down to fighting for their time. So you get 2 minutes, 5 minutes, ayah, 2 ayah, ayatan, whatever you get, you have to be grateful for. And then that's the other point. Ilm is passed on, with being connected to a teacher, not just paying them, seeing them 1 hour a day or 1 hour a week, and that's the end of the matter. It's the connection, relationship. You have to go there. You have to get had up, straight up. You have to get had up. You have to, you have your islah, which is, the teacher rectifying your affairs, putting you in your place. We have big egos that needs to be put down as well. And then you get your opportunity. And even when you get the opportunity, you get in 1 ayah, if that, and then you slowly build up over time. I just wanted to share that with you, the currency with the mashayikh, with the qurra, especially in Masjid An-Nabawi. This is personal observation, is time and not money.